Hello, my name is Patrick Holland, and I am the current Director of Undergraduate Studies in the Yale Chemistry Department. My job is to help Yale undergraduates with guidance and direction about chemistry classes and careers. I'd like to start by officially welcoming you to Yale on behalf of the Chemistry Department. We're so excited to get to know you and to introduce you to the amazing world of atoms and molecules. The purpose of this video is twofold. First, I would like to provide you, the incoming first-year students, with guidance about the appropriate chemistry class to take. Essentially, we want to answer the question, which chemistry class is best for you? Secondly, we'd like to give you information about our placement process and the actions you might need to take in order to end up in the appropriate class. The vast majority of first-year students who complete chemistry classes at Yale start in general chemistry. So let's begin by discussing the general chemistry classes that we offer. Our largest class is Chem 161, General Chemistry 1. This course is designed for students who have never taken chemistry or who may have had only 1 or 2 years of chemistry in high school. It is a standard general chemistry class, similar to what's being taught at many other institutions. It is the first semester of a 2-part sequence. The second half in the spring semester is Chem 165. Most students take Chem 161 in the fall and Chem 165 in the spring, although we have other options for people taking it outside their first year of college. For students with excellent preparation, it's possible to skip to advanced class offerings and not take general chemistry. There are 3 classes that first-year students with excellent backgrounds in chemistry may take. The first one is Chem 174, Organic Chemistry for first-year students. This class is only for first-year students, which helps to build camaraderie amongst the students with strong science backgrounds. It has a smaller class size of about 80 students, which helps first-year students make friends who are like-minded. Chem 174 is the first semester of a 2-part sequence where the second half is Chem 175, which is also only for first-year students. The second advanced option is Chem 220, Organic Chemistry 1. This is Yale's standard organic chemistry class. It consists of mainly sophomores, along with some juniors and seniors. It covers the same material as Chem 174, but instead of being in a small class with only first-year students, you're in a much larger class of approximately 200 students. We strongly recommend that first-year students who are qualified take Chem 174 rather than Chem 220, but if you meet the criteria, you're able to choose between these 2 classes. Chem 220 is also the first semester of a 2-part sequence, where the second semester is Chem 221, Organic Chemistry 2. The final advanced option is Chem 332, Physical Chemistry 1. This class is for students with exceptional backgrounds in math and physics. It contains predominantly sophomores and juniors, and each year there are only a small number of first-year students, typically between 0 and 3, who take this class. If you complete Chem 174, Chem 220, or Chem 332 as a first-year student, you will receive 2 acceleration credits for general chemistry on your transcript. These acceleration credits satisfy the general chemistry prerequisite for those majors, which require general chemistry, and will also fulfill a similar purpose for medical school admission. It's important to note that in order for a first-year student to enroll in Chem 174, Chem 220, or Chem 332, a student requires the permission of the chemistry department. This permission is gained by demonstrating proficiency on an online placement exam, which I will describe shortly. The permission is not granted on the basis of having taken an AP chemistry class. The placement exam is the path to placement. If you have previous college credits, or if you're a transfer student, you should contact me directly at chemistry.dus@yale.edu. We understand that many incoming students have done quite a bit of chemistry, perhaps even getting a 5 on the AP exam, but are not comfortable jumping straight into an advanced course. For this reason, we have designed a course that helps you to review chemistry concepts from general chemistry, but explores various concepts in greater depth, which fits your background. This course is called Chem 163, Advanced General Chemistry. It's an excellent course for students who intend to pursue majors in STEM at Yale. Typically, whereas approximately 300 students complete Chem 161, only about 80 complete Chem 163. Chem 163 is also the first semester of a two-part sequence. The second half is Chem 167 in the spring. By completing Chem 161 and Chem 165, or Chem 163 and Chem 167, you will satisfy the general chemistry requirement for the chemistry major, other STEM majors such as biology, or for pre-medical requirements. Hopefully, you now understand that Chem 161 and Chem 163 are the fall semester general chemistry courses. But how do you know which one you should take? The chemistry department places you into a general chemistry course using admissions data and based on an online placement exam, which is required of all students who want to take chemistry. More about this exam in a moment. First of all, I want to let you know the outcomes. There are 3 placements you might receive. The first possible placement is Chem 161, which will be the case for many of you with normal chemistry experience. The second placement is Chem 163. We give this placement when you've demonstrated proficiency in chemistry during high school, perhaps by scoring a 5 on the AP chemistry exam. You can also qualify with placement exam. The final placement is Chem 161 or Chem 163. In this case, we have some information that suggests that you might be able to be successful in either of these classes. But it doesn't mean necessarily that we know which is the best for you. So we give you a choice. Keep in mind that students with a strong chemistry background are placed into Chem 163 by default, but this does not mean that it's necessarily the correct option for you. Instead, well-prepared students are likely qualified to place out of general chemistry altogether and start in a more advanced course than Chem 163, like the organic chemistry courses that I mentioned before. Now let's talk about the placement exam. The placement exam is required of everyone who wants to take chemistry courses. It's available between July 1st and July 31st. It helps us to assess your chemistry knowledge and skills. It has 50 questions on various chemistry topics and 9 questions on math. You have 65 minutes to complete the exam, and it gives us information about your background and knowledge. The best way to prepare for the online general chemistry exam is to review the material from your high school chemistry class. The exam is a 65-minute closed book multiple choice test, and you're allowed only a standard non-graphing calculator. Like I mentioned, everyone who wants to enroll in chemistry courses should take this exam between July 1st and July 31st. The link to enroll in the exam is given on the chemistry department website at the address below. After you take the online chemistry exam, you'll receive the results on the course placement site on Canvas at Yale in early August. For many majors and for pre-med, you not only need to take a chemistry lecture class, but also a laboratory class. The laboratory classes are matched to the lecture classes. And at Yale, laboratory classes are separate from lecture courses, and it's not required to take them at the same time, but we strongly recommend that you take the lab at the same time as the corresponding lecture course, because that will be the best for your education. For all general chemistry classes, the corresponding laboratory class is Chem 134L for the first semester and Chem 136L for the second semester. And both levels of general chemistry lecture, both Chem 161 and Chem 163, complete the same lab class, and Chem 165 and Chem 167 complete the same lab class. For organic chemistry, there's also a common lab for the different lectures. So no matter whether you're taking Chem 174, 175, or Chem 220 and Chem 221, the corresponding laboratory courses are Chem 222L and Chem 223L. It's important to note that the general chemistry laboratory is a prerequisite for the organic chemistry laboratory. That is, if you place directly into organic chemistry as a first-year student, just like you placed out of the general chemistry lecture, you can also place out of the general chemistry lab. Before I conclude this video, I'd like to take the opportunity to answer some common questions. Question 1 is, what do you do if you want to change your chemistry placement? Any student can move their placement up by demonstrating proficiency on the chemistry placement exam. For example, if you placed in Chem 161, but you want to complete Chem 163, please use the email address shown on this slide to contact me, and we can discuss your situation. Alternatively, sometimes students want to change from Chem 163 to Chem 161, but this would mean taking a class on the material that you already mastered. This is the purpose of having Chem 163 here at Yale, to meet your needs and give you the best education. You may also want to know, how do you enroll in the chemistry classes? In order to do this, you follow the standard procedure involving the Yale online course system, which you'll receive information about from other sources, especially in your residential colleges, and you do the enrollment the week before classes start. However, it's important for you to note that entry into Chemistry 163 and Chem 174 is by permission only. The department will provide you with the appropriate permission if you have the required placement, and you'll get that before the start of the semester. A final question you may have is, what should you do if you miss the window to complete the placement exam between July 1st and July 30th? If this happens, please contact us at this same email address, and we'll do our best to accommodate you. To conclude, I thank you for watching this video, and I encourage you to reach out using the email address shown on this slide if you have any questions. Good luck for your studies at Yale, and we hope that they're both rewarding and enjoyable.